Hi everyone! Before exploring on Google Forms, shall we have a shout out first to our first grammar pretest winners, and this is done on Google Forms, which will be our topic for today. Our first winner got a perfect score of 5 over 5, and she's my ihada, Mamzel. Ma'am Lizelle CC. Mamzel, thank you so much for participating. Next is my new FB friend. I think he's from Imelda, and that's Clyde Andos. Clyde, thank you so much for joining. And for the rest who've participated, see you on our next FB group activity. Thank you. To start with, turn on your mobile data. Make sure to turn that on. And after that, you choose a browser which you're going to use. Mine is Chrome. Let's click that. And then we're going to search here, type in Google Forms. There. And the first choice is here, Google Forms free online surveys. Shall we try clicking on this one? And there, it brought us to this page. Okay. And then it says here, collect and organize information, big and small, with Google Forms for free. All right, then go to Google Forms. After that, I want to create this quiz and this survey using my DepEd email. So I'm going to change this because this is my personal Gmail account. So I can switch my account to the next one. Okay, so there. So this is one way on how to access Google Forms through your DepEd account, or you can have your personal Gmail account. So we have another way to have that one. Let's go back to google.com. Anyway, it's just the same. The process is similar. So I will use my DepEd account there, and then we're going to choose this 9 dots in here. So as you can see, we have a lot of choices in here from G Suite. So the Google Forms is here below, so we can check this one out. Click, and there. So the same platform will be given, same as with going to Google Forms directly on their website or through your DepEd account or Gmail account. But I think it's more easy if you're going to use my DepEd account. So we are going to start with our editing and making our quiz or any surveys here by setting up the setting. So let's go to setting first. I'm going to make a quiz, a 5-item quiz. So let's see here. Restrict to users in Department of Education. Unclick this one now because I want other learners, other students to access this quiz. Next is presentation. We can write here our confirmation message as soon as they're done answering your test, like. Next setting is for the quiz. Make this a quiz, yes. All right. And then it says here, immediately Release grade immediately after each submission. Click that one. And then missed questions, you're going to show the correct answers and the point values. You can write there how many points or how much points they are going to gain. All right, so I think that's it for the setting. Let's review. Limit to one response. So we're going to check that one so that they can only respond. They can only take the question once. Presentation. The confirmation message was already there. And then quiz. Make that a quiz. Saved. All right, so then we can start creating our question. Shall we start with the title of the form? So this is a grammar test. So I decided to have, for example, identifying tenses of verbs. Tenses of the verb. Okay. And then after that one, another title. Yes, the same, identifying tenses of the verbs. And then in the form description in here, you can type in your instruction for the tests. Like, choose. What is this? Choose, I'm bad at typing on phone. Choose the appropriate tense of the verb in each number. Choose the appropriate tense of the verb in each number. So that's it. We have already the instructions so that respondent can follow properly what you want to or what you want for them to do. So we have here untitled question. That is where you are going to input your question. So we can write there question number 1. For example, we had the first quiz that we had on the tenses of the verb. The first question was, since this is identifying tenses of the verb, so I'll be giving samples of sentences for them to identify. So number 1 is, I am driving to work now. So in here, we can insert image through this little box at the right corner, but I don't have, so let's keep that one. And you can decide what you are going to do with the options. So click this arrow down here. A lot of choices. You can have short answer if you want your student or your learners to answer with the words. And then number 2 is paragraph or check boxes. We do have also that. Or drop down. I'm going to discuss drop down in, I think, question number 3. You can let them upload file or linear, scale, or multiple choice grid. So let's have this first, this multiple choice option. So we can have option 1. You can use letters or numbers for that, but let's try letters first. Letter A. So give them the choices, like letter A is simple, present tense, add option. Letter B, present continuous Continuous tense. For letter C, click Add option. Present perfect tense. Present, so these are the tenses of the verb. And a lot more tenses to be discussed on my YouTube channel. So please try to check it out. Present perfect tense. And letter D, for example, you'll add here past perfect tense. So that's it. I don't know if this is easy, average, or difficult for the students. Anyway, I know that there are distractions in here. Commonly the present, the word present. Letter A, simple present tense. Letter B, present continuous tense. Letter C, present perfect tense. And letter D, past perfect tense. And we have also the word perfect. So now, we are going to add point for this so that students may know what's the point that they are going to get. So let's check this box here with this checked. There. I decide to have 1 point for this question, and then I'm gonna give the correct answer. So click Add Answer Feedback. I think I just have to directly click this. Oh, there. That's the correct answer. And once the student is done answering this, then the right answer will pop up if their answer is wrong. So click Done. So you can see here now the correct answers, and then we are going to make this required in order for the students not to skip answering question number 1. All right, for question number 2, we are going to use drop down strategy. So click this plus here to add question number 2 in the left corner of your screen, of our screen, plus, and that will bring you to question number 2. Okay, for example, for number 2, we have the question, water science integration. Water boils, this is very common to the learners, at 100 degrees Celsius. Okay, and then what tense of the verb? We're not going to use multiple choice. Let's have another way of answering the question, drop down. Okay, drop down. So for drop down, still you will be asked to add option. Number 1 option will be, let's start with choices with the words perfect. Present, is it present perfect tense? Present perfect tense. Number 2, past perfect tense. Perfect tense. Number 3, present continuous tense. The dogs are barking, and that's present continuous tense. And number 4 would be simple present tense. Oh, sorry for that. Okay, then same as with the first question, we are going to add points here. So let's click this little box at the left corner with checked, and then assign 1 point for this question. And then click on the correct answer. The correct answer for this question is water balls at 100 degrees Celsius is, I'm sorry, I have Lua, so it's hard for me to speak. Simple present tense. Oh, I forgot to write tense. Anyway, this is just an example. And then done. There, so we have already the correct answer for the students to know the right one. Anyway, they cannot change this one because they are limited to only one response. And then click required for them not to skip answering question number 2. And there we have the first question, the second, and shall we have the third question, last example. For the last example, you want the students to give their answer, their short answer, maybe through one sentence or through word, but this time I want the students or the learners or the respondents to answer with one sentence. So there, and then of course it detected that I want short answer, so there, learners are going to put their answer there. So let's check this box here, and I'm going to give 3 points for that. Mark all other answers incorrect. No, I'll just give answer feedback. Oh, I'm sorry for the noise. Answer feedback. Simple past tense. Tells of action. Tells of action. Tells of actions that completely happened in the past. So that's it, and saved. So as the students are done answering the question, they could see the feedback answer so that learning will be given to them. And done. So that's it. We have question number 1. I am driving to work now. Number 2 and number 3. So let's start sharing now this one. Or there are ways on how to share this. So we are going to click this arrow to the right. Here we can first change the theme if we want. So we can send this to our respondent. We can use the email. If you have email to your respondent, you can write here the email to. Okay, for example, I'm going to send this to Ricky Pamunag @gmail.com. There, so it will appear on his email, and the subject is identifying tenses of the verbs, and then my message will be, I've invited you to fill out a form. Okay, or another way is to click this attached photo here, this one, and you are going to copy this link. You can shorten the URL for that and then copy. There. So shall we see if this is effective? Let's send this to my own, or let's send this to Ricky. So there, Ricky can already fill out this quiz and click this one as a respondent, for example. And then there. Hope this will work. Yeah, so let's try to answer this question. So if I am Ricky now, Rick, because this is not restricted and anyone can have this one if this will be posted public. Identifying tenses of the verb, so I'll try to answer. I am driving to work now. For example, I'll choose letter A as my answer. Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. This first question was multiple choice, so directly the choices are there. For question number 2, water boils at 100 degrees Celsius, I used drop-down strategy. So here, when you click this arrow down, then, for example, I'll answer present perfect tense. And then give one sentence. This is for the short answer. My sentence will be, I ate late last night. Okay, submit answer. So here, respondents can view immediately their score after responding to the question, after answering the Google Forms question. So this is really fun. View score. So my score is 0. Oh, why? Why is it 0/5? So in here, I am driving to work. The correct answer is present continuous tense. Number 2, what is this? Very slow learner. Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. The answer is simple present tense. And I ate last night is a correct example, but then, so this is what will happen. I will not give the correct answer for this because still I have to decide if what they have given is right or wrong. So I'll leave this open for question number 3 because I ate late last night is correct. Anyway, the reason why I've included the feedback is for additional learning of the respondents. So this is how educational Google Forms is, not only for tests, for writing questions or creating drills and activities on English lessons, but of course all of the subjects we can have this one, or surveys. So that's it. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you learned something out of it and you can try exploring if you want to. And then again, you can check that out from your browser, this one, okay, and from your DepEd account also, or your Gmail account. So that's it. Thank you so much and have a great day. Thank you for watching and please subscribe.